Okay, are we recording? Are we recording one? Okay, all right, got that. All right. Good morning. This is a public meeting subject to public meeting law, and it will be digitally recorded. Deliberation of issues will only be conducted by the applicant review committee members unless permitted by the chair. Remember to always state your name for the record. For professional standard cases, only information contained in the staff report can be considered once the staff report is adopted. Assumptions, outside knowledge, or personal experiences should not be included in any discussion. Individuals who engage in disruptive behavior that impede official business will be asked to stop being disruptive or leave the meeting. Additional measures may be taken to have disruptive individuals removed if their continued presence poses a safety risk to the other persons in the room or makes it impossible to continue the meeting. If we can call for introductions, please.
Yep, when I call on you, please state your name and who you represent for the record. We'll start with you, Chair Reyes.
Aaron Reyes, Superintendent, Two Rivers Correctional Institution, Department of Corrections.
Thank you. Member Barrett.
Denisha Barrett, Beaverton Police, Non-Management Law Enforcement.
Member Boren.
Mark Bourne, Public Member, Correction Policy Committee.
Member Dresser.
Kevin Sir, Non-Management Law Enforcement, Tigard Police.
And Member Fletcher.
Mike Fletcher, Deputy SWIC for the state of Oregon, representing Oregon EPCO NINA.
Thank you.
Okay. We will move to the meeting minutes.
Sorry, I forgot to do staff introductions, and I'll go first.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying
SST.
when I just think I get good at this, then I do something. I'm sorry.
Justice Support Specialist, DPSST.
Cindy Park, DPSST.
Kathy Fink, DPSST.
Catherine Calvine, DPSST.
Jennifer Howell, DPSST.
Jennifer Lavario, DPSST.
Now proceed.
Okay, thank you, sir. Meeting minutes from December 18th, 2024. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from the previous meeting? Okay, looking for a consensus. If there are no requested modifications, I'm looking to conform the consensus of the previous meeting minutes. I see that we have a consensus to approve the meeting minutes. No objections. Consider the meeting minutes entered. Ms. Park, do you have anything you want to present regarding inquiry closure memos?
Thank you, Chair Reyes. Cindy Park for the record. DPSST closed 3 inquiries into pre-employment criminal conduct in the last month as detailed in the attached inquiry closure memos. The documents are provided to the committee for informational purposes only, as Oregon Administrative Rule has given DPSST the authority to close these inquiries without committee approval. Thank you, Chair Reyes.
Thank you. All right. And no, we're not closing out yet, but please note that our next meeting is February 26, 2025 at 11 a.m. And go ahead.
Take a short break. We'll check on the status of our student.
Okay. Would you like to just call for a 10-minute recess?
I think that would be appropriate. Thank you.
Okay. What we'll do is we are waiting on our applicant to be able to give her verbal mitigation along with her advocate. So we're going to go off the record and take a 10-minute break as of 11:06 in the morning. January 22nd, 2025 at 11:16 a.m. We are back on the record. And we have our Ms. Britton.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Okay.
Is it Britain or
Britain.
Britain?
And I think Cindy Parker's ready to present. Chair, if you're ready.
Okay. Yes, we're ready. Let's go ahead and please present. I'm trying to find where I need to be.
Thank you, Chair Reyes. Cindy Park for the record. We are reviewing Teresa Britton today. She's appearing before the Applicant Review Committee regarding a 2016 disposition for driving under the influence by mental impairment, first offense, which occurred in Honolulu, Hawaii. On May 19, 2016, Britton pled guilty via a nolo contendere plea to the offense following a single vehicle collision in which a car driven by Britton hit a sign being used for traffic control on a public road. A second charge, inattention to driving, was dismissed with prejudice. Moral fitness violations: the department did not identify elements of dishonesty. Gross misconduct: Britton violated the board's moral fitness standard for gross misconduct when she chose to drive a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol, placing herself, her passenger, and others at risk of harm, and causing damage to a sign being used for traffic control on a public road. Britton provided a written mitigation letter. Her agency director also provided a letter of support. Ms. Britton is here today to present a 5-minute verbal mitigation statement. And whenever you start, I'll just set a timer, so whenever you're comfortable beginning, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say that's not already in my letter, but yeah, that incident is something that happened, and I regret everything that led to it and everything that happened, you know, after. And I spent a lot of time right after it happened thinking about all things that could have went a lot worse, and so that's something that I think about like to this day. And since then, I've spent lots of you know, mental energy figuring out how that happened and how to not have that happen again. So it's also kind of why I wanted to get into this career, because not lots of people have been on that side of the criminal justice system. So I feel like that adds a level of empathy that I can extend to callers that maybe are going through things. Yeah, and just my record of like not doing that again, I think speaks to how yeah, how much that changed me and how it like changed the direction in which I was going at that time. And I'm grateful to be here today and be able to have this opportunity to train and learn and help other people. So.
Okay. Thank you. I'm looking for a consensus to adopt the record. Do we have a consensus? Thumbs up?
Barrett, for the record, I have a question, Chair.
Yes.
I don't know where the appropriate time to enter this question is, so I'll just start it with now.
Yes.
This is a question to staff. I know that we have a 10-year number in there for when we can just inquiry close cases or when they need to come to this room. Is that based on the dispo date or the occurrence date?
Cindy Park for the record, it is based on the disposition date.
Okay. With that said, then I've got consensus.
Okay. Consensus from, okay, we have consensus to adopt the record. Not hearing any objections. I'd like to open the case up for discussion, if we may, please, for any aggravating and mitigating factors. And please remember to state your name and identify any aggravating or mitigating factors, please.
For the record, I'll start. aggravating, I found one, she was involved in a crash. 2, her BAC was 0.18, which is a little high. As far as mitigating is concerned, this happened a long time ago, 12 years ago-ish. She was not employed in law enforcement at the time. She did complete all required judgment orders. There was nothing negative written about her attitude in the police report itself. Usually when somebody is having issues with the arresting officers, that's fairly well documented, and there was nothing in there to how she treated officers on scene. Her verbal mitigation today, her written mitigation, director, I think it's Cozy, I don't know how you say his last name, his written mitigation, and then additionally, she has gone through a full background check with BOEC. They have decided that, she has also corrected behaviors, learned from past mistakes, and I was actually very pleased to hear that she has acquired a new level of empathy that she can bring to the calls that she takes because of what she has experienced in her past.
Thank you, ma'am. Aaron Reyes, for the record, mitigating factor is that she is accountable for her actions and behavior and seems to have made the appropriate changes. Anyone else have anything to add, gentlemen? Okay. Ms. Park, would you please read the mitigating and aggravating factors, if you would, please?
Yes, Cindy Park for the record. Mitigating factors. Ms. Britton was not employed in a certifiable position at the time of the conduct. She's been hired by the Bureau of Emergency Communications, who is aware of the criminal background. The event occurred 12 or so years ago. There was nothing negative written in the police report about her attitude. The verbal and written mitigation provided by Ms. Britton, as well as a letter of support provided from the agency. She identified a new level of empathy that she can utilize in her work, and she's accountable for her actions and has made appropriate changes. Aggravating, there was a crash involved in the incident, and the BAC was 0.184, which is pretty high.
Barrett, for the record, I'll just add that she completed all required judgment orders as well for mitigating.
Okay. Okay, our next category here would be to open up discussion of whether or not there's a moral fitness violation. And we can either affirm to accept as is, we can modify, make changes, or just remove all. And I'm looking for a motion.
Barrett, I'll make a motion to adopt staff recommendation.
Mike Fletcher for the record, I'll second.
Okay.
All right, we are voting on a motion to affirm the moral fitness violations as presented. Chair Reyes?
Aye.
Member Barrett?
Aye.
Committee Member Boren?
Aye.
Committee Member Dresser?
Aye.
And Committee Member Fletcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. Now, our next category for this case would be to decide if we're going to take action or no action. And this I will need a motion for. So I'm calling for a motion to take action or no action.
Kevin Dretsch, for the record, I vote that we take no action based on Sergeant Barrett's extensive discussion with regard to mitigating aggravating circumstances. She's definitely taken responsibility some time ago.
Mark Ford, for the record, I'll second it.
Okay.
Right, we are voting on a motion to take no action. Chair Reyes?
Aye.
Committee Member Barrett?
Aye.
Committee Member Boren,
Aye.
Committee Member Dresser,
Aye.
and Committee Member Fletcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, the motion is passed to take no action. Ms. Britton, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, this is just another reminder for the record that we have our next committee meeting February 26, 2025 at 11 a.m. Any additional business or questions we have at this point? Then I would say, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Just let you know, Chair, that we have nothing further to offer the committee today.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Hearing nothing further, January 22nd, 2025 to 11:27 a.m. We will adjourn the meeting and everybody have an amazing rest of your week.